what we have will last. It comes down to me and you. Wanna put my finger on it, wanna ride at the tip of my tongue. What it is about you that makes my heart beat fast and stun. But my legs seem weak and my mind is all wrapped up inside of you. Wanna put my finger on it, wanna ride at the tip of my tongue. What it is about you that makes me want to watch. She calm down now. She calm down now.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday morning to you. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather is better by you than it is by me here today. Today, yesterday was beautiful outside. It was like low 80s, the sun was shining, it was absolutely gorgeous. Today, it's going to be in the mid to upper 70s, and we're going to get rain most of the day today. I know there's a lot of really nasty weather going around in the Midwest right now, so I hope that everyone is safe. I hope there's not too many issues. I know a couple of subscribers were without power yesterday, so I hope their power has been restored. And I just hope that I'm sending positive vibes to everybody over there. I hope everybody is doing fantastic, and things are going really well for you. Thank you so much to everybody that joined me yesterday for my very impromptu, unscheduled, completely unplanned live stream yesterday. I was going to be spending most of my day here in the quilt studio. I had some projects I needed to catch up on, and I thought, you know what the heck, I'll just turn the camera on and I'll spend the day with some friends. So thank you so much for joining me for that. If you didn't already, make sure you check out that replay. Obviously it's on the channel. I record all of my live streams are recorded, and they're always available for replay for anybody that wants to take a look at them. Today we're going to be working on our Resilient project. We started this one about a month ago, I want to say, maybe even 2 months ago. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I'm really liking it because it's going to be utilizing a lot of colored fabrics that we've been working with lately. We're working with the Anne of Green Gables fabric line. I think it's by Robert Kaufman, if I remember correctly. I'm going to have to double check that for you guys to make sure, but that's what we're going to be using today. So we're going to be finishing up our cutting. We've got 4 pieces left that we need to cut up, and then we're going to start to actually plan our blocks out. Now, the really cool thing is this particular pattern has given us a sheet of paper to go ahead and plan these blocks out with. So that's what we're going to be doing today. That's why I've kind of got the Zoom camera all set up. I've got my table here. I've got a little bit of weird lighting happening over here because we're going to be moving over here in a little while to go ahead and plan that. But first we need to cut up those 4 pieces of fabric. One of the other things I wanted to mention is you guys know that we do have merch on the channel. I'm holding up one of these really awesome, cool coffee mugs. It's got a colored interior. If you guys are interested in purchasing one of these or any other merch from the channel, make sure you do ! Merch in chat. It'll give you a link, or you can go into the description box of any of our videos. All the way down to the bottom, there's a link there that says that's for tips. You can use that link to get to the merch page as well. So I'm just going to mention it now, and then if you guys want to do something with that, that's up to you. If not, that's totally fine. There's no requirement for that. So let me hop into chat, say hello to everyone this morning. Welcome everybody officially to the channel, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to be getting started with today's project. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited that we're almost done cutting fabric. It's been a full 2 episodes just cutting fabric. It's been a long journey, but I think we're going to be starting to plan some things today, so it's going to be exciting. Also, for those of you who are with the channel, I was sick last week. Thank you so much for everybody for your well wishes and your kind words. I got a lot of emails and Facebook messages and Instagram DMs and things like that. So thank you so much for all that. I am feeling better. I'm not quite 100%, but I'm getting better and better every day. You can hear I still have a little bit of a cough and a little bit of raspiness in my voice. So I do apologize in advance if I kind of get a little coughy. And I am coughing some stuff up, which is really gross. I understand. So there may be a point in time where I need to, spit into tissue or something like that. So I'm going to apologize in advance for anything like that that may or may not happen during our live stream today. I do apologize for that. But I am feeling better, so thank you for that. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me take a drink here, and then I'm going to pop into chat and say hello to everybody in there. Yum, yum, yum. All right, so I know the very first person in chat, you guys know I always give a very special shout out to the first person in chat, and that was Linda Denton this morning. So good morning, Linda. Thank you so much for joining me. She said she caught the replay from yesterday, and she heard I was feeling better, so she was really happy about that. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Teresa, good morning. It's so great to see you. I'm so happy you're here with us again today. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas is in the house. Good morning, Lucas. I hope you were able to catch up back on that YouTube video that I interrupted from yesterday. I hope you were able to catch up on that and have a fantastic day. Lucas has been suffering from some allergy issues, so hopefully he's getting better. Katie, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Hi, Brat46. It's always so wonderful to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Denise, good morning. Denise, I can't say that I've ever seen your name in chat before, or if I have, I apologize and I just don't remember. I have a terrible memory. So welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to tag me in chat, or you can tag our moderator, Lucas, in chat. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. Good morning, Kathy. It is so great to see you again. Good morning. Gosh, girl, I need to catch up with you one of these days. It's been a long time since you and I have chatted. I'm hoping to take some time off here for work here soon, so I'll be able to catch up with you soon. For those of you who don't already, make sure you go follow Kathy on her channel, Kathy Quilts and Crafts. She has this. I have so much fun with her channel because her channel is like a quilt retreat every time she turns the camera on. It's so much fun because she always has a bunch of friends with her. They always have a great time. They're always making lots of fun things. So her and Sandra and Gladys, they have a really great time, so I'm glad to hear. Brad says it's raining over by her. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It's been raining on and off by me all day, and it's supposed to do that pretty much all day. We had some nasty storms overnight, from what I understand, but I didn't hear any of them. I was asleep, so. Judy, good morning. Thanks so much. She says, hi, all. Sorry I'm late. Oh, Judy, honey, we are just barely getting started, so don't you worry about that. It's not a problem. Lucas says, Danny, that's a nice mug. Where can I get one? Lucas, that's available on our merch store. For those of you who didn't see it already. The design is a little bit different. I actually switched it up a little bit so the pictures are on the sides now, so it looks a little bit better. I might order myself another one just so that it looks a little bit better, but that's what it looks like. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and check that out. Again, not a requirement, just something I like to mention. Excuse me, coughing again. Hi, Jane. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. It's so great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. All right, well, it looks like I caught everybody in chat. Oh, hi, Shirley. Good morning. You snuck in there. Hello. How are you? It's so great to see you again. Shirley also has her own channel called Around to It. If you're not already a member, please consider going to subscribe to her channel. You can do !Shirley in chat. And I think, oh yeah, Lucas threw the link in there for Kathy. I forgot to mention it, but Kathy's link is in there as well. So make sure you go check both of them out when you get a chance. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we have 4 pieces left that we need to cut up. The cutting so far has been fairly simple. It's really just been 2 cuts. Well, technically 3 because we have to make the little pieces. And then we're going to start to do some planning. So that's why I've got kind of a station set up over here. I'm going to move a little bit closer to you guys over there in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and get these cut up real quick. Again with the cough, I'm really sorry. Actually, I have this worked yesterday, so I'm going to try this. I sucked out a cough drop yesterday, and that seemed to help quite a bit. So I'm going to try that today. Thank you again to everybody that joined me yesterday. Completely impromptu. I honestly didn't expect anybody to show up at all, so I was really grateful for everybody that was there. It was really nice of everyone to hang out with me for a little while. Excuse me. All right, so tell me, people, what are we working on? What did I miss last week? I know that obviously I was sick. But what did I miss? What were you guys working on? What did you finish? How were things going? Did anybody have any exciting events happen in the last couple of weeks? Tell me all about them in chat. I'd love to hear about them. And thank you to everybody. I'm sorry with this cough. Thank you to everybody that posted pictures on our Facebook group this week. I love seeing pictures of what you guys are working on. It really keeps me inspired. It keeps me motivated. It just... on those days where I'm really struggling, it really helps out. You guys have no idea how much that really helps. So thank you to everybody that was posting pictures on our Facebook group the last couple weeks. It's really been great. And if you're not already a member, please consider joining our Facebook group. It is free to join. There's no charge. Or our Instagram as well, where you can post pictures there as well. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with our cutting. I've already got my first piece kind of lined up here. I was going to start cutting just before the camera turned on. But I decided to kind of give it a wait a little bit. So we really only have 2 sizes of cuts that we need to do, but we do need to make 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I believe I just changed out the blade in my rotary cutter just the other day because I was doing something else. I was working on another project. So I'm not too worried about that. One more. Four. I'm keeping all of my scrap fabrics. You guys, for those of you that have followed me on the channel, you know that I organize all of my projects in one of these plastic bins, which of course you can't see on the camera. But I have this cute little plastic bin, and I organize all of my scrap fabrics in Ziploc bags inside of these. So I'm just going to pop this in here real quick. All right. So these here are good. This one needs to be trimmed. Jean says, I am multitasking, so not as much chatting today. Sorry, I'm here though. No problem, Jean. We appreciate you just hanging out with us. Chatting is never a requirement. It's always great to chat with you guys. But it's never a requirement. We just want you to hang out with us. Of course, hanging out with us isn't a requirement either, but we just want you to. All right. I'm going to lay this down now. Hi, Terry. Good morning. She says, Danny, I hope you're feeling better. I am. Every day is a little bit better. Thank you for asking. I'm just lining these pieces up on my mat. I don't necessarily use my mat to measure. I just use it to mark a straight line. And then I use my ruler to actually measure. Oh, Judy, you're so sweet. She says, I love hanging out with you. Well, that is very kind of you to say, Judy. I love hanging out with you guys. I really have a great time. I think I've mentioned it quite a few times before, but I really don't have any quilting friends. You know, there's quilt guilds, but they're not really close to me. I haven't really found one that's in my area that I could attend, especially with my work hours. And my local quilt stores are pretty far away from me, so I don't really get a chance to, and most of their classes are during the day, during the week. So I don't really get a chance to meet any of those people. So YouTube has become my quilting friends group. So I love hanging out with you guys. It really, like I said, it keeps me motivated. I have a great time hanging out with you guys and learning new things. One. Two. Sorry, guys, I can't cut and talk at the same time. Give me a second here. Three. All right. Okay, So these two need to be trimmed. These two are good. Those two are good. Those are good. Just trimming these up here real quick. Lots of slot machine playing today. That's not a problem. I am in the process of mailing out all of your guys' prizes from our After Dark edition. So if you're interested in redeeming your thimbles, this week is a good week to do it. This live stream is a good live stream to do that, because then I can get them in the mail to you pretty quickly, because everything is ready to go. Speaking of, Lucas, I'm going to need you to stop by at some point and help me out with that. Lucas runs to the post office for me during the week sometimes. He's super helpful. I really appreciate his help with that. And then I forgot to cut up my 1/2-inch square, so let me pull that back out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This one seems like it was a little short, so that's why I'm like counting, because I'm 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, yeah. Oh, must have did something weird. This one didn't quite lay out the way it was supposed to. Let me grab a 1/2 inch here. Just a 1-inch strip. This way. There we go. Two. And 3. The directions say to cut 1/2-inch strips, but I've been cutting 1-inch squares. These are our little sample squares that we're going to be using to actually plan out our blocks. I've been cutting them in 1-inch. We can always cut them down if we need to. Oh, Linda is trying to redeem a fat quarter. It looks like Lucas is helping her out with that. Congratulations, Linda. As soon as that one goes through, we'll need you to email me with your mailing address. I have started keeping people's addresses on file, but I don't have a lot of them because I only just started this year. So if you sent it to me last year or the year before. There we go. So go ahead and email me with your mailing address, please. And I will get that one in the mail to you because I don't think I have an envelope for you yet. There we go. And congratulations on redeeming your thimbles. Shirley says, I'm working on a project using fabric samples from an upholstery shop. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Are they thicker fabrics? Shirley, and my mom, Mama Joyce, is reupholstering some some dining room chairs, and the fabric she's using is a very thick, rugged fabric. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful fabric, absolutely beautiful fabric. But it is a very thick fabric, so I'm wondering how that works with quilting? Is it more difficult to do? All right. On to the next one. There we go. All right. Good morning, Naomi. Happy Sunday morning to you. Welcome back to the channel. We're so glad you're here with us this morning. I hope you are well. We have 4 pieces left to cut up for this project, and then we're going to start the planning stages. So I'm just finishing up on the cuts. Two. Three. Four. All right. Shirley says, some are thicker. Some are thicker, hoping to make them into bags. They are free, otherwise they throw them away. Some are 100% cotton. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, totally. Oh, no. Absolutely utilize whatever freebies you can, for sure. I was just kind of curious how that works. But, yeah, making them into a bag, yeah, that makes more sense. I was thinking of, like, quilting with them, you know. I was thinking that might be kind of difficult to do. But, yeah, bags and things, yeah, for sure. Those would probably make fantastic bags. They're nice and sturdy and strong. Yeah, 100%. Good idea. Linda says email sent. Thank you, Linda. Congratulations again. Jean says, woohoo. What are we woohooing? She says, woohoo. Just placed last row on a quilt inner and piece outer border left to go. May finish today. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Yesterday on my impromptu live stream, I think I told you guys before, but I've purchased a second colorway for our Tree of Life PMQ. Cotton Cuts had a last call So we need it to be 3/4. Quarter. And then these should be, yep, they're pretty close to 1 inch, so I'm just going to use those. 2. 4. 6. All right. Little 1 inch sample squares are so tiny. Oh my goodness, I missed a bunch in chat here. Hang on. That's what happens when I'm paying attention to cutting and not watching chat. Give me just a second here. I will catch up quick. Come on. There we go. All right. Linda Denton says, thank you for giving prizes for your Thimbles game. Oh, it's my way of saying thank you. You're welcome. It's my way of saying thank you to you guys for hanging out with me and watching me. I wish I could give everybody prizes every time, but you know, I gotta limit it a little bit. So you're absolutely welcome. Shirley says, also they're great for accent pillows. Yeah, I bet accent pillows. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, those would be fantastic. I love the frayed look on some of them. It's really cool. Jean says, feels great to have a productive day, doesn't it? Like we should get rewarded with some fabric, maybe. You know, Jean, I kind of like your train of thought there. Kind of like it. I think you're right. I think we should. I like it. Let's see. Naomi says, I got the HelloFresh box. Thank you. Good, but still creates pot and pans to wash. Part I dislike about cooking. Yeah, Naomi, it does. You're absolutely right. It does still create dirty dishes for sure. It's not pre-made. You do still have to make it. But I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Yeah, Mr. Wizard and I actually just made, we just got a couple of meals last week. So we do every other week. And so we just got some last week and they were so yummy. So yummy. But yeah, you're right. It does still create dirty dishes for sure. Hi, Sandra. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. We have 2 more pieces to cut and then we can start planning. So, but you're welcome for the HelloFresh box. HelloFresh not sponsored, 100 not associated, not sponsored, nothing. They are just a company that I use. And as being a member, I get I can do a friends referral thing where I can send a free box to a friend. Excuse me, to try out. If that's something that you're interested in, feel free to email me and let me know, and I'm happy to send you a code. But I'm not associated with them in any way, shape, or form. I do get a little bit of a perk because I'm referring it a friend referral, for sure. But it's nothing that's necessarily for the channel. Okay, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. The thing I have loved about it the most is it's giving me different ideas of things to make for dinner, because I'm still cooking dinner every night, but it's giving me different ideas, like different ingredients that I just kind of never thought to use, or different techniques or different ways of cooking things that it just never dawned on me to try it that way. So that's the one thing that I'm really enjoying about it. And Mr. Wizard and I have actually recreated a couple of the menu items a couple times now. We've remade them, obviously using our own purchased ingredients kind of thing, but that's really why we did it. We did it just more for a variety and ideas. the really cool thing that I love about it is it's so easy to use. Like Mr. Wizard is not the cook in the house. I'm the cook in the house. But even with these meals, because they're so easy to use and everything is there for you, and it's really just 4 or 5 instructions. Mr. Wizard's been able to cook. He's been able to cook a lot of these meals, which is just fantastic. It's really been saving me a lot of time. So that's one of the things I love about it. So if you have your own Mr. Wizard at home, I'm just kidding. All right, one more. Hi, Tracy. I saw you pop in there. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. Now he says, if my husband would help me like Mr. Wizard, it might be nicer. I like the sauces. When I signed up for this, that was not the intent. Was that I hadn't intended for Mr. Wizard to help, but I made them a couple of times, and Mr. Wizard's always in the kitchen with me, watching me. And he watched me make them once, and he looked at me and he goes, I think I could do that. I'm like, are you sure? He goes, yeah, I think I could do this. This looks like easy enough. The instructions are there. And I said, okay, well then, he tried the next one, and then it just kind of took off from there. So now basically every time we get the HelloFresh meals, Mr. Wizard does the cooking, which is really nice. Because like I said, Mr. Wizard, he does know how to, cook some things. Not a lot of things, but some things. But this has really kind of opened up his area of, learning how to cook and things like that. So it's been a lot of fun. And I think that he kind of feels like he's contributing as well, which has really made things easier too. So yeah, so if you do have a Mr. Wizard, maybe encourage him to try. Excuse me. Terry says, Terry says, that sewing table is so nice. Oh, it is nice. Yeah, well, this is all from my cabinet. This is the table for my cabinet, and it really works out really nicely for me. I love my cabinet. It is fantastic, and I've seen it for a lot more money than I paid for it. This was my steal that I didn't even realize was a steal until years after I bought it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I still have this stupid cough. Two. Three. Four. All right. So this two. We are almost done cutting, guys. I know we've spent like forever cutting these fabrics, and I promise you we are almost done. We've got one more piece of fabric left to go. These were all fat quarter. This was a fat quarter bundle. It was called Anne of Green Gables. It is still, the fabric line is still available, so that's really cool. Grab that. These two need to be spun around. Excuse me. Terry says, yes, I'm excited because I'm getting another vintage Singer sewing machine tonight. Terry inspired me to restore vintage sewing machines. Loving it. Oh, that is so exciting. Congratulations to you. I wish I had the space for vintage sewing machines. Unfortunately, I just don't have the space for it right now. Maybe Maybe when we move into our new room, we'll find the space. I doubt it, because the room is not much bigger than this one. But, you know, maybe we'll find it. All right. All right. All right. It's a good thing we only have one more to do, because I can feel my blade starting to dull up. So. I buy inexpensive blades in bulk from Amazon, so they don't last as long. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of money on the endurance ones or things like that. I buy the cheap, inexpensive ones in bulk, or like 50 of them at a time. And they last quite a while. I mean, I think I'm actually down to my last few, so I'm going to need to buy more here soon. Wow, Terry says, I'm setting up electrolysis for cleaning and chrome plating and setting up to paint with the original Japanese technique. Oh, wow, that's really exciting. That is, I mean, you're going all out. That's really exciting. Riley Blake, that's who the fabric line is from. Riley Blake. That is really cool, Tracy. I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. Are you going to share that on a channel or in your Facebook or Instagram? Or we'd love to see it. I'm sure Terry would get a kick out of it too. One. Sorry guys, can't talk and cut at the same time, so give me just a second here. This is our last piece that we need to cut, and then we can start planning. I'll show you what I mean by that in just a few minutes. Might upload some pictures in Facebook. That's awesome. Yeah, we would love to see them. It's really exciting. I love seeing things like that, you know, taking these vintage, restoring these vintage machines, and just restorations in general. I love to see those. I just think they're so neat. It's definitely not something that I would ever be able to do for certain. I don't think I would have that much patience. um, and I'm most definitely not that creative or talented. So I think that's why I kind of like live. I like living vicariously through other people and watching their journey. Last couple of cuts here, guys. Last ones. All right. Interesting. All right. Yeah, it is a good thing that this is my last cut because my blade is starting to dull. I'm starting to get uncut patches. So it's usually how you know that your blade is starting to dull up is when it doesn't cut through the fabric the first time. When you have to recut a couple of pieces, that's usually when you know you're getting dull spots. Or if you feel like you have to press down, you shouldn't ever need to push hard on your blade. If you are, then the blade is probably dull. It should just glide right through without having to really press hard. Press at all, really. Alright. Go. I don't think these are quite 1 inch. They're a little small, but they'll still work. There we go. There we go. Alright. All of our pieces are officially cut. Little teeny tiny ones. So now we start the planning stages. Let me show you guys what that means. Yes, Judy, that is true. It's either that or your mat needs cleaning. 100%. That can be true too. If you're certain it's a sharp blade and you're still having issues, it's probably your mat that needs cleaning. All right. Alright, so let me move this stuff over because we're going to move over to this table here, so I'm going to get a little up close and personal. We're going to use this table here so then that way you guys can see what the what I'm doing. Put that away for now. Put this away for now. I don't need that. Let me show you what we're going to be doing. So let me flip over screens. right. I don't know why it's so dark. Should have been lighter than that. Let's see if I can fix that. I have this light here that I was using that was lighting it up, and now it seems like it's pretty dark again. So I don't know what's happening. But anyway. Oh, that's way too bright in front of the camera there, guys. Sorry. Oh, you guys can't see that. There we go. All right. Why is it like so dark? So let me show you what the pattern looks like first. So this is what the pattern looks like. Like that. So that's what the pattern looks like, and you can see it's like these really pretty, like, it's not quite a star, but I mean, I guess it could be kind of a star. It kind of looks like a flower to me, is the way I'm looking at it. But each one of these, so this is one block here, and each color of our fabric is included in one single block. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be planning. So, hi Fern, good morning. Welcome back. Dawn, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I didn't see you pop in there. Hi Courtney. Sorry, didn't see you pop in either. Good morning. Welcome. So it looks like Teresa's having some issues with Streamlabs. Lucas, if you could take a look at that when you get a second. Sometimes Streamlabs does some weird things. Okay, so this is the planning screen. And again, sorry for the darkness. I don't know why it's dark. I have this bright light right here, and it's just not doing anything to help. Yeah, it's just not doing anything at all to help. So, all right. So this is the planning screen. Now you guys can see here, again, really dark. Sorry about that. This is block 1 through block 16. And remember I showed you the blocks. I'll show you what the blocks again one more time. So this right here is a block. And all 6 colors of our fabric are in each block. So what this page does is it allows us to lay out all of our colors so that we can make sure that we have one color for each, and it gives us the different numbers. So I'm going to use some Elmer's glue, and we're going to be attaching pieces of our blocks to these patterns. So let's start with our first one, which is here. We're going to be using our sample pieces. So the directions say to start with block 1 and put a little piece in block 1, which these pieces are really big, and then the block 2, block 3, block 4. Oh, I should have 6 of these, and I only have 4. Huh. I didn't cut enough of this one, so I'm going to have to cut a couple more pieces of that one real quick, because I didn't have enough. So that's why you always keep your scraps, people. That's why you always keep all of your scraps. I can find it. Their blocks aren't big enough. Well, these are just our practice blocks. These are not our full-size blocks. So here we go. I must have need 2 more of these too. So these are just the tiny practice blocks. These are not the blocks that they're going to be. The blocks themselves are going to finish at, give me a minute here. The blocks are much larger. They are actually 13.5 by 13.5 is the size of the blocks. These are just our planning blocks. Let me grab a pair of scissors. It looks like a difficult pattern. It doesn't, I mean, it looks like it's a difficult pattern, but I don't really think that it is. I'm just going to cut a couple more pieces. I'm going to guess that our other ones are not. There we go. It seems like it's going to be, but I don't think that it is going to be. So let's just... So it says we only need six sample pieces. Let's read the instructions again, shall we? It says, take the 6 half-inch sample squares, which mine are 1 inch, cut from one of your fat quarters, place and glue a sample square in the 1 inch square, the number 1 square for one of the blocks. Place and glue another sample from the 2 square of a different block, and then another sample in the 3 block, and so on until you have all 6. So we're going to take, I think these are much tinier. My blocks are much bigger than they need to be. That's okay. So we're going to take block 1. We'll take block 4. Block 7. Now we're on number 4, so we'll do block 11. Actually, we'll do block 10. Block 13, and block 15. So that's what we're doing. And I know you guys can't really see this on camera. I don't understand why it's so dark. It's a stupid camera. So that's basically what we're doing. So we're going to have to just cut these much smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these smaller pieces. So this one goes here, like that. That's better. Dawn says the thimbles are playing good today. She's feeding her face. There's no rhyme or reason to these. You want to kind of be random about it. So I'm just kind of placing them randomly. So they said to use half-inch blocks, but I'm thinking these are much smaller than this. These are like 1/4 inch. There we go. So that is basically what we are doing. Hi, Teresa. Let me grab my glue so that we don't lose these. And I'm just using a glue stick that I would normally use for paper piecing, just to hold them down. Now, like I said, this is just our planning screen. This is just our planning. This is just what we need to plan out the blocks before we can start to sew them up together. So oh. All right. I'm going to take my little cup over here. Put my extra pieces in there. All right. So that is our first one. Here's our second one. Cutting these pieces teeny tiny. And 6. Dawn says, I've never seen a pattern doing this. Dawn, neither have I, honestly. Neither have I, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to... don't like that piece because you're not going to be able to tell what that is. So I'm going to actually lay this one down. Yeah, I've never seen this either, but I thought it was kind of neat, and it's something different that maybe we haven't done before, you know. So I'm just trying to spread them out a little bit. Two more pieces. I'm trying to get pieces with the colors in them so I have a better idea of what I'm doing here. So let's grab another piece. But yeah, I've never seen this before myself, and I thought, well, this would be something different, something new that we can try. And then once we've laid all the pieces out, then we'll know how to subcut each of the pieces so that we can make sure that our pattern is correct. There we go. All right. Now we're on to the next piece. Now you could also do this in numbers too, like you could number each of these because we broke them out into little packets, each of our colorways. So we could number them. We could just number the packets and then just put numbers here too, but I thought this would be a little more fun. This looked like it was going to be a little bit more fun. We need 6 of each one. So here's my little blocks, my little teeny tiny little blocks. Okay, we're going to put one here. Sorry for that outdoor noise. My neighbors are apparently being noxious. Oops, no, that's not what I want to do. 2 over here. Do 3 over here. I'm just kind of randomly placing them. There we go. Now I need a 4. Do a 4 here. You just want to make sure that you don't have the same color in the same row. So 5 here, and then we need to do a 6. I'll do a 6 over here. There we go. All right, so there's that one. And then here's this one now. We only want 6 pieces. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we start at 1. Put a 1 here. And then we put a 2 somewhere else. And then a 3. Put a 3 over here. And then a 4. Put a 4 up here because we haven't put one in that block yet. It's just kind of randomly selecting pieces. We're just kind of putting them everywhere. This one's a 5, and you just kind of go 1 through 6, making sure that the piece is in a different spot each time. I'm going to put this one here, 6. Go. All right, keep going along. This is a bit time consuming, but I think supposedly this is going to help us once we've got it all laid out. It's going to help us figure out what our blocks are. So that's 4. Because then the rest of the pattern follows this chart. It tells us, you know, which numbers to grab when for which blocks. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're so tiny. Okay, so we'll start at number 1. It's like I'm putting way too much thought into this. 2. 3. 4 is over here. 5 is here. And then I need a 6. Put it on this one. Actually, no, we'll put it on this one. Oops, as I throw my glue stick on the floor. There we go. Number 6. All right, let me grab my glue stick off the floor now. Hang on. Now you can see my ugly toes on my dirty floor. Sorry about that. All right. There we go. There we go. Oh, my. 4, 5, 6. Yep, okay. So now this is going a little bit faster now that we have a better idea of what we're doing here. Dawn, I completely understand where you're coming from with that. Unfortunately, it happens. And I understand it. I truly do. Sherlock Cheryl is also struggling in the corporate world as well. She's having some issues also. So she understands what you're going through as well. She's having some struggles. Her company is also closing its doors at the end of April. And she was told the second week of April that was happening. So she wasn't really given a whole lot of notice, unfortunately for her. It can be difficult to kind of, find your motivation when things like that happen. I completely understand where you're coming from with regards to that. That is why quilting is here. That is why we are here. That is why our Facebook group is here. For you to hopefully help to vent a little bit if you need. Reach out to some friends. Get some motivation. The hardest part about this thing is like trying to find the pieces where you want them to go. But I am truly sorry to hear that you're struggling. Hi, Melissa. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Sherlock Cheryl. She's my mom's bestie. She does our After Dark edition. She usually does not pop in for our Sunday morning live streams, but she's on our Facebook group if you wanted to reach out to her. Sherlock Cheryl. She's mom's bestie. Oh, jeez. It's a little bit of a slow process, but we're getting through. Oh, Dawn, 100%. It always helps to be angry. It helps us to get our emotions out, whether that be sadness, anger, fear, whatever the case may be. That always helps us, 100%. 1, 3. I think I'm on 4, so let's just check here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm on 4. I have no 4s in here at all, so let's grab one of these. And then I need a 5. Grab this one here. Whatever your emotions are valid. Whatever emotions you have, they are valid. Your feelings are valid. There we go. Don says these fabrics are gorgeous. Yes, they are. I wish the lighting was better so you could see it. I'm sorry, I don't understand why it's so dark. But yes, they are. And the challenge I'm having with them right now, honestly, is just trying to make sure that they're all kind of spread out. I have, like, you know, pieces everywhere. That is the challenge right now. I try not to keep 2 colors together. This is actually a little bit more challenging than I expected it to be. But, you know, sometimes that happens in life. This is the Riley Blake's Anne of Green Gables fabric line, if you are interested. Oops. Pieces are so tiny, I can't even grab them onto my nails. There we go. 2. 3. Wow. This is actually much more challenging than I expected it to be. Trying to find the right places for these little pieces. And then number 6. Grab this one. There we go. The company I work for, I tell you guys all the time, it's not my 9 to 5, it's my 7 to 6 job. Is a privately held company. It is not a public company. It's been around for almost, it's like 87 years now. For the most part, they do a great job of taking care of their employees. I'm really lucky. You know, we don't have the best, you know, benefits packages in the world, but there are some pluses and minuses to it for sure. Some things are really great, and other things they could probably improve upon a little bit. For the most part, I like the people I work with. I mean, obviously, you have your good eggs and your bad. I really can't complain too much. Well, I mean, I guess I could, but I won't. I need to find a 4, which I'm going to end up going on this one. I didn't really want to. Kind of wanted to put a green in that one, so maybe I won't go on that one yet. I need a 4. I could put it there, but I hate the fact that that one and these two are dark, because these 3 are in the top and those 3 are on the bottom. So I'm trying to find a good place for this one here. I guess we'll go over here. Oh no, that's 3. I need a 4. Right? 2. Put it here. There we go. Lots of dark purples in this. I didn't realize it in this fabric line. They're very beautiful, but it really makes it a bit of a challenge to try and piece it all together. There we go. I need a number 1, so I'll put that one here because I see that one open. Need a number 2. It's here. Number 3. That one here. They're just kind of randomly placed. I love this quilt because it's very scrappy, but the planning part of it is a little stressful. it's a little bit. It's a little much. But we'll get through it just like everything else in life. Just stick to it, and eventually you find your way out. Number 5. Oops. I'm going to do this one here. Oh, no, I already have... No, I don't. I don't have one there. And then number 6. I'm going to do this one here. All right. Melissa is reminding everybody to please give a thumbs up. Thank you, Melissa, for that. Yes, please do that. Thank you very much. If you're watching after the stream, you are welcome to leave a comment to let me know you were here. Melissa wants to know what I'm making. Melissa, we are working on our resilient pattern, and it calls for, now that we have completed cutting all of our pieces, it's telling us to plan out our blocks. So each one of these rows is a block, okay? And it's asking us to plan out our colors so that our block can look like this. So I can show you guys what a block looks like. This is what the block actually looks like. So you can see color 1, color 2, color 3, color 4, color 5, color 6. And you can see the colors there. So this is what we're doing, is we're making this swatch here so that we can plan out our blocks. It's definitely not something that I've done before. It's kind of neat how it's coming together. And I can start to see, I'm starting to see the rows kind of come together with the different colors, and it's really exciting. It's starting to get really exciting. But it says to, the directions say to be very random about it. To try and, pick random colors and blocks, but you don't want the same. So what I'm doing is there's 6 blocks and I have 6 pieces. So you start with block 1, piece 1, piece 2, and then I have to pick a piece 3. And then a piece 4. Not a lot of 4s left. Here's a 4. And then a piece 5. This one here. And then a piece 6. Okay. And then we grab the next color. So eventually all of these little blocks will be filled with all of our color swatches. And then we can actually do our subcuts. Because you can't do your subcuts until you figure out what your block colors are looking like. You have to do them kind of together. It's different. It's definitely not something I've ever done before, so it's kind of challenging me a little bit, which is exciting. I always like to do new things. And it seems like it's going to be very difficult, but it actually isn't. I mean, I've read the rest of the instructions, and they're really not hard, but we have to get this in place first. Otherwise, the instructions are not going to give us the rest of the instructions aren't going to make any sense unless we have the rest of these pieces here. So take this one here. But you can start to see some of these rows are already completed. So that is what the colors, that's what the fabrics are going to be used for that particular block. And these are just glued on here with some Elmer's glue, some glue sticks, so we can always pull them off if we decide we really don't like the layout of them or the pieces that we've chosen. We can always switch them around too. We need a 4. Don't have many spaces left for a 4. 5. I've got one here, I've got one there, and I've got one there, and I've got one there. It's like all 4 corners. I think I'm going to go with this one. Actually, I'm going to use a different piece because this one's got a little bit of a flower on it, so it'll be easier for me to identify the fabric. That's my biggest fear with this whole thing, is that I'm not going to be able to identify these fabrics when we're done. Go. 3 more to go. Melissa says, I like that fabric line. Thank you, Melissa. This is the Riley Blake's Anne of Green Gables. It looks much prettier in person than it does on this camera. The colors are much more vibrant. For some reason, my lighting on this small camera is not really working out very well. So I do apologize for that. I'll show you guys the card. I'll try and hold up the card once we're done with it here. Hopefully things will look a little bit better. Three. Four. Ooh, as I throw my glue stick here. Number 5. This one actually looks like a really great place for it. There we go. And number 6. We'll put it over here. There we go. 2 more. These are the 2 lighter greens. Bye, Kathy. Thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate you being here. Sorry it was kind of a boring day. I think we will start next time we come back with this project. We'll actually be able to start sewing, I think. So I'm excited for that. One. 2. Oh, I must have doubled up on a 4 because I'm missing a 4 here. Yeah, I'm missing a 4. So I have a 1, a 2, a 3, and then I have 2 5s. So let's see if we can find the duplicate. There it is. This one. This is interesting. I'm trying to find the duplicate and the 4. So I think this one here is probably the same as that one. So how many 5s do I have? 1, 2, only 2. But this 4 here is the same as that 4 there. It probably doesn't matter. Hopefully it doesn't matter. See, 1, 2, 3. Oh, see, there's 2 here. That's going to make a difference, though. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, see, there's 2 on this block, and we don't want 2 of the same fabric on the same block. So we're going to need to do some moving around here. And that's kind of one of the reasons why you do it this way before you start cutting all your pieces, because otherwise you will have cut your pieces and now you're like, oh my gosh, you know, this isn't going to work. So what I want to do is look at some different pieces. So I need a number 2. Because I don't want the 2 light greens in the same black. So I want a different number 2 that I can put the light green in that'll work. And I think I want this one. So I'm going to pull this one off of here. Put it over here. And that's why I'm using the Elmer's glue, because it's pretty easy to just kind of peel and stick back down. And now I can put this one here. Oh, I forgot to cut them. There we go. That's number 2. I should have started with number 1 though. So let me look at number 1. So that's a number 2. Lucas is trying to help me out. He's like, is it this black and that black that are duplicates? He goes, oh wait, never mind, you got it. Thanks very much for the Lucas. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to figure it out here. So, okay, so number 1. So I don't want 1 and 5. So I'm going to need to pull those 2. So let's look at number 1 and see what we can pull for number 1. And replace it with a light green instead. And I kind of like... this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull this one over there. But this is the whole point of laying this out. It didn't really seem like there was a point to this in the beginning, but now I understand the point of it. And that's so that you can rearrange these pieces to better fit what you're doing. There we go. So now I need number 3, which is this one here. 3 is fine. Now, these 2 are both 5s, but I think they're going to be okay. I mean, we kind of didn't want a 5. We kind of wanted a 4. See if we can steal a 4 to put in this 5 here. Let's see. Let's see. Steal a 4. Well, see, that one's already in there, so we don't want that one. So yeah, like I said, it's a little bit more challenging than I initially expected it to be. I did not expect it to be quite so challenging to come up with pieces. If I take this one here, that's why I put it over there. Well, I think it's going to be okay. I'm looking at it thinking, I'm thinking it's probably going to be okay if we have 2 5s. The blocks are going to be far enough apart that we're really not going to notice it too much. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to put both 5s there. And we can always rearrange the blocks once we put the blocks together. to make it work for us. These are not, we don't have to stick with these specific blocks. We can move the blocks around as much as we want. It's just to make the blocks and make sure that each block is unique. That's why we're laying these out like this. And then last but not least is this number 6. Number 6. There we go. All right. This probably wasn't the smartest idea. I just like cleaned it off and now it's like all over my hand. There we go. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Hopefully they're all stuck down. Moment of truth. Okay, good. So this is what it actually looks like. Those are what our patterns and our colors look like. And that is what our quilt is going to look like when it comes together. So let me show you again, guys, really quickly what the block is going to look like. So here's the block. Let's break this down for you. So using this block 1 here as an example. Can you guys see? Here we go. Block 1 is an example. So this is going to be the first color here, which is these blues here. That's all color 1. And then color 2 is this color here. Color 3 will be this color here. Color 4 will be these orange pieces here. Color 5 is going to be this arrow here. And then color 6 is going to be these dark pieces here. So color 6 and color 1 are going to be up next to each other. So we wanted to make sure that they don't contrast too much, which I think they're going to look fantastic together. And colors 3 and colors 4 are going to be right next to each other here and here. So those are going to look fantastic as well. And then 2 and 5 are going to kind of be opposites. So I think this is going to work out really well. So these colors here are going to be the top, and then these colors here will be the bottom, and it's going to follow that pattern all the way down. And that's why you have to lay these pieces out, is so that when you go to cut these pieces, you know what you're doing. So when we come back, I think we're coming back in May. The directions actually give us instructions on how to cut the pieces, and it's a little wonky, but we're going to be matching up half square triangles and putting them all together. So you can see now what the directions are tell you color 1, color 2, color 2, color 3, color 1, color 3, and how to match them up. So it's going to be a little tricky, but we will get through it. And we're going to be using a lot of binder clips, but we will get through. I might have to print up some labels or something just to kind of keep things organized. So it's not a challenging pattern, but matching up the pieces together, getting them cut correctly is all going to be a little bit of a challenge. And basically it's just half square triangles. So this is the actual block itself when we put the pieces together. You can see that these are just half square triangles for the most part. But the colors is actually, how you put the colors together is actually what makes the pattern. And so here's that pattern again for you guys so you can see it again. It's really kind of neat. It kind of looks like a little bit of a flower or an X pattern or something. It's just, I loved the pattern itself. I thought it was just so neat. And it's really going to utilize all of our colors really, really well. I think it's going to look fantastic. But it takes a little bit to prep it. It takes a little bit of prep work to get it going. But I think that we're gonna make it work. So yeah, so this is our little color chart now. This is what our color chart is going to look like. Oops. There we go. That's what our color chart is going to look like. And we're going to be using this to make the rest of our blocks. So it's going to be kind of interesting. It's a little different. It's something a little different and a little fun. Let me flip cameras here. There we go. So it's interesting, to say the least. There we go. You don't need the zoom camera anymore. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see how this pattern kind of plays out. It's got some different techniques that we've never used before with regards to this color chart. This is something I've never done before. I don't know if you guys have done that before or not, but it takes a little bit of... This is kind of nice because it's a visual aid for us. Because usually when we're doing scrappy projects, we just kind of randomly select pieces and put them together and hope it works out. Whereas this was giving us a little bit more of a assistance with that to make sure that our pieces are going to line up the way we want them to. So hopefully everything works out the way it's supposed to. Hi Gladys! Sorry, I didn't see you pop in there. Good morning. I hope you're well. So the fabric line we're using, I think I've said it like 5 times now, is the Riley Blake Anne of Green Gables. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. I got it as a gift a couple of years ago from a family member. And we have used almost all of the pieces. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fat quarters left of the bundle. It was a very, very big bundle. Very expensive. Very big bundle. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to use for those pieces. I'll probably end up using them as a binding maybe. Not sure yet. We'll have to figure that out. This is a long-term project. It's going to take us a while to finish it. But that's why it's a lot of fun is when we come back to it. All of my pieces are cut up here. Just layer that one there. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put our color chart in the bottom. It's kind of still a little sticky. Yeah, it's still a little sticky, so I'm going to probably let that dry a little while before we before I put it away. The pattern is called Resilient. It's by Edamina Studios. There's a link in the description box below to the website. You sign up for their newsletter and then you get this pattern for free. So it is still a free pattern, but you do have to sign up for the newsletter to get it. I've signed up for the newsletter. I get an email once a month, if that. So they're really not super harassing or anything like that. So I actually get less emails from them than I do from Soya. So that's any indication for you. So that's pretty fun. It uses fat quarters, so we used 16 fat quarters, I believe. 16 fat quarters, a half a yard for the binding, and 3.5 yards for backing. The finished quilt will end up being 52 by 52 without borders. So if you wanted to add borders to it, obviously you could make them bigger or smaller if you wanted to. So, all right, guys. Well, I think that is it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We finished cutting off our fabrics, so they are all cut up and ready to go, at least for now. Next time we come back, we're going to be starting to match up our fabrics to make some half square triangles. We need to match them up based on our chart. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge at first, but I'm sure we will get through. Excuse me. We will get through it and we'll make it work. I'm not 100% sure exactly how we're going to build everything up together, but we will figure it out when we get there. So if you guys have any comments or questions, please leave a comment down below. Send me an email, send me a DM, on Instagram, send me a message on Facebook, wherever you want. I'm happy to help however I can. If you have any questions about the channel or about the patterns that we're making, make sure you reach out. There will be a live stream next Sunday. I do not have it set up on the channel yet. That is one of the things I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be setting up our May schedule. So keep an eye out for that. May and June are going to start to get a little dicey. June especially because I've got a lot of family... excuse me, I'm sorry. I've got a lot of family trips planned in June, and then I will be taking at least 1, maybe 2 weeks off in July because we're going to be doing some shuffling around of some things here in the house. So I'm going to need that time in order to work on that. So there's that. So keep an eye on the channel. Keep an eye on our Facebook group so that you guys can be aware of what's happening and what's going on. But as always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, email, what have you. All of the gifts from our last After Dark edition will be in the mail hopefully this week, as well as Linda. She redeemed her thimbles for a free fat quarter, so I'll get that in the mail to her as well as some of the other ones. But otherwise, yeah, you guys should start to see those here in another couple weeks. I know the USPS, the Postal Service has been really slow lately, so please allow extra time for them to arrive. I send them by regular mail. There's no tracking or anything because it's less expensive that way. So hopefully they make it to you at some point in time. I know there's one that's going up to Alaska. That one might take a little while to get there, but I promise. But hopefully it will get there soon. So anyway, all right, guys, that is it for today. You have a wonderful weekend. Stay dry, stay warm, stay healthy, stay happy, and hopefully I will see you all again next weekend. Have a great one. Bye for now.